Hello, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the inside of my treatment room at the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. I've been waiting to go outside to do the daily, but it's been kind of rainy on and off all morning, so you wouldn't have to wait any longer. Decided I would do it here while I was looking outside. To inspire myself. So today is the 1st of April or the 2nd of April if you're in Australia, New Zealand. Here on the East Coast, the moon moved out of Scorpio and into Sag at 2 a.m. And while, most of us, especially me, were sleeping at 2 a.m., the energy still shifts and still changes. And there's always more of a sort of an up level or an uplift when the moon moves into Sag. Sag is a very optimistic sign, mainly because it has survived its journey through Scorpio. So it's like, yay, I made it, right? So you might have that feeling in your life right now, like, oh, I made it to the next spot or the next level or the next step. Um, and that's always kind of cool. But we do have to remember that the South Node is in Sag now. And so today we do have the moon make a conjunction to the South Node. That's one of the things that happens. That actually happens late tonight. Um, 10:35 here on the east coast of the US. When the moon makes a conjunction to the south node of the moon, the transiting south node of the moon, as it were, the past does come up. We have something perhaps that needs to be reviewed. Perhaps somebody from the past comes into your consciousness or comes into your life. So you might get one of those surprising knocks on the door, and you're like, oh my God, you're the last person I thought would come, or I was just thinking of you. I was thinking back at the past and I was thinking of you. And there you are. You manifest yourself, right? The moon on the south node. Um, we also have the sun make a sextile to the north node today. Of course, the sun is in Aries, right? The north node is in Gemini. It stimulates our curiosity. It stimulates our ability to converse and talk to one another. Uh, it can stimulate arguments. It doesn't have to, but it can. The sun is in Aries. Aries can be a little bit of a my way or the highway kind of energy. Um, Not always out of guile, but just out of not really um, having all the facts, actually. And the North Node in Gemini helps us to get the facts. We also have today, let's see, we have a trine between the sun and the moon, and this is um, a waning trine. The sun in Aries, the moon in Sag. It brings out our more Sagittarian qualities. Um, and the thing about when the sun is in Aries is that its relationship to, you know, um, well, there's like a pure archetypical energy with the sun in Aries, right? It's the beginning. And so the moon in Sag brings out that typical archetypical energy. Typical archetypical? Did I just make something up? Energy. Um, the Sag moon can be very sort of forward thinking, very future oriented. My husband has his moon in Sag, and he often is like in the future, like so far in the future that sometimes he doesn't understand where he's at in the moment, although he can do the moment thing pretty well too. But he does err on the side of the future. But you can't have a future unless you're in the present moment. So it pays to spend your time mindfully in the moment, right? And we also have today a semi-square between Saturn and Mercury, and that happens almost like completely at the end of the day, 11:28 p.m. We have Saturn, of course, in Aquarius, Mercury in, did I say Aries? Did I say Mercury's in Aries? It's not in Aries yet. It actually, um, it's in Pisces. Hold on. This is a this is part of the cycle between any two planets, where we've just come out of the new phase. And the new phase, the initial conjunction, is this explosion of energy. It's very Aryan in that respect. New phase, new, everything's new. Wah, wah, wah. When we get to this semi-square 45-degree relationship between two planets, we start to sort of pull ourselves in, because now we are at the 15th degree uh, of Taurus on a natural in a natural chart. So we're starting to pull in, take all that experience we had through that first 45 degrees and start to create something solid. And so you will feel your mind go from a more exploratory energy to a more energy concerned with building things, and what we're building is we're building a society. We're building a new way of relating to each other on a societal level. Saturn in Aquarius, a little out of the box, different. The no matter what, those people who want things to remain the same, no matter how much they stomp their feet and all of that stuff and shoot their guns, um, we are progressing. We are progressing. Progressivism and progressive thinking and humanitarian thinking is the direction of the future. So know that if you're in that vibe, if you're moving along that trajectory, that you are in fact moving along with the energy that we have to work with, um, in a more positive way. It's more about going with the flow than trying to staunch it or hang on, even though everything is changing. So, all right, guys, have yourself a great day. Like and subscribe. And tomorrow's supposed to be beautiful. I believe you will see me out there tomorrow. A lot of green is coming up, and perhaps we might even have a few more flowers. There is a squirrel in my bird feeder. They've been there all morning. They're actually, I think it's like a family of squirrels. They're all about the same size, so I think they're siblings, and they eat and then they run after each other and fight, and then they come back and eat. So happy to know I'm feeding the uh the fauna. Hopefully the birds can get a few little snacks in there as well. All right, guys, much love. Take care.